Yo, yo, yo. We didn't even push it out like that. We haven't started promoting it on the WhatsApps or anything, but we are live. We are in the building. What's goodies? What's goodies? Hang on a minute, I need my phone. So I can promote this on YouTube.
You got it.
What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? You see that live from the jump? You see that?
Yeah.
Yes, Mika D. Do you know what I love about this guy? Yeah, he said he was going to start attending the webinars, and every single webinar since I met him, he's attended. People
Bro,
keep them good.
some people are real, isn't it? Also, where are you? Because your camera's extra special today.
I'll show you. I am in one of my Manchester glitches, which is the Clayton Hotel.
Oh, they got a Clayton in Manchester now. Oh, man, which part of Manchester is it?
Yo. Hello?
Yes. What's good? How's it going?
They had a Clayton in Manchester these days.
Yeah, man.
Manny's stepping it up, bro. I can't lie. Manny's looking live.
Bro, that's what I was just saying. Why does his camera look so fresh?
Yeah, because to be honest with you, bro, when I went to Birmingham was lacking off, bro. So it's refreshing to see Manny doing their thing, because Birmingham.
Manny's getting a beach. Manny's done doing their thing, bro.
They're getting a beach.
Yeah, they're getting a beach.
On the Dubai thing, yeah?
Yeah, bro, literally on the Dubai. Think about it. The Qataris are about to buy Manchester United.
Oh.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I heard about that.
So Manchester's about to become different.
Bro, the Arabs own everything. Have you seen that video where it explains how the Arabs basically own golf now?
Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
They own the sport of golf. That's the rich people's sport.
They literally made their own league and then brought everyone into theirs.
Yep. And then forced the other league to go, all right, cool, we'll play it your way. We'll merge.
Yeah, we'll sponsor with you, yeah.
But do you know who's gonna play that exact same move? Tesla.
Who?
You know, heard the latest news about Tesla?
Yeah.
That Ford have decided to partner up with Tesla for the electric charging stations.
Yeah, Ford, they bent the knee, bro.
They bent the knee. They just went, all right, Tesla got the charging station game on lock. Let's just work together, because yeah, it's mad.
It's gonna cost them way too much to compete.
Way too much. Now everyone's on this collaboration thing, innit?
Finally, though.
Dyson were, as per Richard Families in the UK episode, Dyson were attempting to do the electric car thing for a minute, and then they're just like, "Nah, I'm just going to stick with the batteries."
Yeah.
Mad. To be fair, batteries are probably more important.
One thing that's going on right now as well, the Chinaman, they're buying up bare lithium.
Oh, swear.
Chinaman are buying up lithium galore, bro. Any buying up. That's another thing that's going on right now. So yeah.
I just realized you've already posted in the groups I'm trying to post in. Although Dom's gonna shout at you because that's not the official artwork.
Ooh, ninja.
Oh,
That's the
official.
How is it not? I got it off camera.
Branding guidelines.
What's the shit you want that Mike made?
Mike!
My design skills just got drawn out. Every now and again, I think I'm getting a little bit better at this design stuff, and then
you get hit, bro. You do it too quickly. That's the problem, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So I'll do it in 5 minutes. Let me try to get it done in 1 minute.
Nah, you know I love doing that. I love going, all right, cool. Let me see how quickly I can do it.
Yeah.
That is me. That is actually me.
Anyway, we're in the game. How's it going, guys?
Oh, good. Let's get this disclaimer done. Hold up.
Cool. I think I'm going to feed into this conversation with some open.
I feel like you should do the disclaimer because he's not done disclaimer in forever.
Go on then.
You really want me to do? Okay, pull it up on the screen. I'll bust the bars.
Bust the bars, bro. Bust the bars. We'll do the backing vocals.
Yeah. We'll be the backup
Hear
dancers.
ye. Cool, guys. We're going to run through the lovely, boring, exciting disclaimer. This is extremely serious because this is not edutainment. Disclaimer and terms and conditions. Oh, yeah. And all content is for education information purposes only. You should not be considered an investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets or place any trades. Please do your own what? Research. Our content is intended only for use of informational use. You know, the information that goes into your brain, you put it in your brain and you do your own thing with it, right? And they're very important to your own analysis before making any investment decision, which is going to be based on your individual circumstances. You understand? You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor, big text, or independently research and verify all and any information you may find on our show and may wish to rely upon, right? You know why? Because whether you want to make a investment decision or otherwise, all investments come with what? Risk. Please do your own research, right? Because we are not financial advisors. We ain't got the paper, that piece of paper. You know what? Mike, you got the piece of paper?
Nope.
Ninja, you got the piece of paper?
Not that I remember.
Exactly that.
I didn't. I lost it.
You know what? You lost it. You ain't got the papers. So you know what happened now? We are working in collaboration with several accredited advisors, you understand? So if you're unable to mitigate your risk, please do get in contact and we will refer you to the one with the better paper. We're just a bunch of guys on the YouTube, Beluba, and we're just literally expressing our edutainment. So please take your own advice, research your own information, make your own decisions. Thank you.
Cool. That's disclaimers. All right, cool. So what we're going to go into is we're going to go into some basics. We're going to go into some basics, but on a higher level.
High level basics.
So let me explain what high level basics are. High level basics. The basics of investing are assets versus liabilities. So you shouldn't be investing in a company or a business or any person that has more liabilities than they have assets. Investing 101. We're going to teach you in today's episode how to look into those assets a little bit better, because just like how some people then on roads big up their chest and say, yo, I got this, I got that, or they'll be like, yo, my thing is the amnesia, my thing is this year, my thing will bust you up, like
going fast.
But then more time, it's actually just a bit of grass they got from their bloody window ledge mixed in with whatever. That's the exact same way that businesses are. Sometimes they're saying that they're all this, but that is just their goodwill. And we're going to break down what goodwill falls under. And we're going to look at some companies that have got amazing goodwill and some companies that got some dead goodwill. Goodwill gone bad. And then Ninja, what are you breaking down?
We'll be talking about some basic tokenomics. And one thing we like to do at Blockchain Sensei is we don't just talk about the good side, we talk about the dark side, because I, even as an 8-year practitioner in this game, made a small mistake yesterday where I overspent on a crypto dip. And then, fortunately, because I noticed my error, I converted it back to fiat. But had I held this position, it could have been a big loss. And I guarantee there's loads of people thinking about buying this cryptocurrency. And it's not financial advice to buy, sell, hold any assets ever. But I'm just going to share my experience on this crypto that I made a mistake on the other night and deployed a lot of capital into, as in 4 figures, and then converted back to fiat. And also talk about another popular crypto that I called out on the Blockchain Sensei IG. And just to be careful with regards to tokenomics and price action. So I'll be covering that.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, actually, let's go. So this one is quite quick to understand. So
You gotta go over the basics, the maths,
basics,
basics.
the maths,
First
the
lesson
maths.
at Blockchain Sensei.
So, Dubham, are you there? Oh, forget it. Never mind. Maybe he's driving. It's because I taught him this recently. Okay, so first of all, who here is familiar with the mathematical reason why all price is the price of crypto? If you know the mathematical formula why all and any price of crypto is the price it is, can you put down the mathematical formula in the chat? If you don't know, just put I don't know. So we've got about a dozen people here. Could you please type it in I don't know or the mathematical
It's better
equation?
to admit that you don't know.
I would love to know who doesn't know.
Because I didn't know before Ninja taught me.
Oh.
Way back when, 2020.
Way
Dubham
back
said,
when.
the price is the circulating supply times the market cap. Unfortunately, that's not true, right? Because
Close.
close, but it's not times. Let's show why it's not times. Okay, so what is the definition of market cap? The definition of market cap is how much is invested in this asset. Right now, there's $516 billion invested in Bitcoin, or 516,000 million, right? And circulating supply is quite simply how many coins are in circulation. How many coins are out here, right? So right now, there's 19.4 million Bitcoins out here, and the maximum supply is 21 million. And if I times the market cap by the circulating supply, we will not get the price. So that's close, but it's not quite. Market cap times circulating supply. If Bitcoin was in fact this price, I would definitely be on an island and inaccessible. So So unfortunately, that's not the mathematical formula. Let's just check the chat real quick. Spice King doesn't know. And Darnell Jones, yes, you are correct. It's market cap divided by not maximum supply, but circulate supply. Okay. So the price of all crypto, yeah, let's just scroll to a random one. Right, SNX. I'm going to be so real. I have no idea what SNX is. But I know why the price is $1.81, because it's 476 million. Don't you just go to coin market cap sometimes and be like, what is this coin in the top 100? Where did you come from? But anyway, let's get the calculator up. What's going on? We'll get a Google calculator. 1 second. Google calculator. All right, so Synthex, 476 million invested in this coin. Now let me paste. 470. Oh, forget it. 476. I'll type it like 763. We'll leave 476 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Divided by 263 million coins. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the reason why each one of the coins is $1.80 or $1.81. Okay, that applies for all cryptocurrencies. Now, why is this so important? It's so important because if the market cap doubles and the circulating supply stays the same, the price doubles, right? Very easy to understand. If the market cap halves and the circulating supply stays the same, the price halves. But if the market cap stays the same and the circulating supply doubles, the price halves because there's more, because there's double the amount of supply. Now, this is the reason why I say to people, I generally prefer cryptocurrencies, especially when it's altcoins, to have their entire circulating supply out now. Because when you have a token and this is the one I'm gonna pull up on. I hate to say it, but these guys have now lost my desire to invest in them, and that's Gala. I'm sorry, the fundamentals are appealing. They're doing some cool things in Web3 music.
Oh, hold on. What did you say?
I said, yeah, because of my discovery. Because of my discovery of Gala Tokenomics, like I said, I made a mistake last night, and I converted it all back to fiat, right?
Yeah.
This basically, I'm not happy with the way they've distributed tokens. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my reasoning for buying the Gala dip, and then my reasoning for getting out of the Gala dip 30 minutes after. Right, so I'm going to be completely transparent. I deployed $1,500 in Gala, and then I took it out within half an hour. Right, so I'm basically broke even. So I'm going to share, because I know this Gala dip will get a lot of people. So let me share with you guys the Gala dip. They look so appealing. So we are at Blockchain Sensei a fan of the dip, right? We're a fan of the bear market. So as we can see, the current price of Gala today isn't very far from where it was in not too far off the September 2021 price, not too far off the December 2022 price. We're pretty much at a very low. Now, a lot of people, this will get, this will get a lot of people, because a lot of people would think, like me, oh, Gala's in a dip right now, and we can easily get a 3x in a few months, right? That's what the TA says, right? That's what it says, right? If it bounces up here, we're going to get 3x. Well, that's what I thought too. And then I revisited the white paper, revisited the team, and I thought, you know what? Let me deploy some capital into here. Now, this is where I spotted the tokenomics were not, well, upon going back and thinking, do I want to leave 1,500 in the market like that? That's a reasonable amount of money, is it not? I noticed that I noticed that there has been an unnatural spike in the market cap of Gala. Why did the market cap go from all the way from 188 million to 565 million in such a short period of time?
Ooh.
Mr. Harding, you know about charts, and you know this is not natural.
Ooh.
This isn't a nice pump, right? So let's look at the all-time market cap of Gala. The all-time market cap is 5 billion. 5 billion as of November 2021, which makes sense, because this was 2 weeks after the crypto bull run. So Gala peaked on the 25th of November 2021. Crypto bull run was, I forget if it's the 8th or 10th, because I'm mixing it up with stocks and crypto, but around the 8th or 10th of November 2021 was the peak of crypto. Now let's do 5 billion divided by the current supply of Gala, and it doesn't match up. There has been a crazy amount of token distribution that is unfavorable for investors that are looking for a financial reward. Now, I'm not going to go into the other tokenomics of Gala. I'm sure some people could argue that, governance and all that kind of stuff. But let's be honest, we're mostly here to make profit. So, well, I am, Some people may not be here for profit, and that's cool. So let's do 5.2 billion divided by the current supply, and it really doesn't add up. 5.2 billion. 1, 2, 3. That's a billion. Easiest way to know something's a billion is if there's 3 commas. If it's 2 commas, it's in the millions. Whether it's 1 million or 999 million, if it's 3 commas, whether it's 1 billion or 999 billion, it's in the billions. Okay, divided by, and let's take this current supply, and we can literally see that through this calculation. Look at this. this calculation takes us to 24 cents. The gala price is 2.3 cents. So that tells me that the gala supply in November 2021 was literally 10x what it is now.
Woo.
Look, I can prove this, because if I take that 5.2 billion again, yeah, 5.2 billion, yeah, 5.2 billion, and the peak price of gala was 74 cents, right? If I do 5.2 billion divided by, right now we've got 21 billion coins, so let's do 2.1 billion coins. I don't know if the math is gonna math right now. I'm just a bit ambitious with it. Okay, we get $2.40. So $2.40. The peak price was, what was it? 74. $2.40. So it'll be around 3x this. Let me go back. So I'll do 6.3 billion. I'll get the approximate correct price. 5.2. I am mathing on the spot right now. 5.2 billion divided by let's do around 7 billion. And then we'll get the approximate. I think that'll take it. I won't say it will do math all day, but 7 billion, 74 cents. Peak price was oh my God, did you guys just see that? I predicted. Oh my God, I did that live. No preparation. Muffin. So between November 2021 and today, the circulating supply has gone from 7 billion to 21 billion. That's basically a triple in the supply in the past. That's tripling the supply since November 2021. That's tripling the supply it's disgusting, right? If you understand crypto, that's basically that's a 3x down in the price. And this is something you really need to look out for, because I'll be honest, the TA got me. This dip looked so appealing until I was just like, wait a minute. Okay, so this dip here was 24th of December 2022. If we look at 24th of December 2022, what was the market cap on the 20? Look at this spike. It's disgusting. Right, 24th of December 2022, the market cap was around a quarter of what it is now. It's now 500 million. It used to be around an eighth of a billion. It's gone from 125 million-ish to 500 million. Right, the market cap's quadrupled, but where's the price action? Nowhere. This is what you have to look out for when it comes to altcoins and price action. And as a practitioner of this market of 8 years, it got me. I had to think. I've just spent $1,500. I spent $1,500 within a 40-minute decision, right? And I definitely don't make $1,000 an hour. But just to let you guys know. So I had to reevaluate my thoughts and think, I've spent so much capital on this dip. Let me just go back and check the tokenomics. Because I did the TA, I did the fundamentals, but I didn't do the tokenomics. And I went back, checked the basic market cap and thought, market cap quadrupling, but the price only increasing by this much? That sounds fishy. So be careful, guys. Please be careful.
Now that is a lesson. And now I'm going to teach you pretty much the exact same thing, but for the stock market.
There you go.
So what we're going to get into is the basics. And I'm going to do this on a few companies. One of them is going to be Manchester United, because we're going to see if it's an undervalued asset or an overvalued asset.
That's your first love.
And it's my first love. But I don't invest in it just because I personally don't think it's a good investment. But that's me anyway. I'm not a Qatari billionaire, so. But Manchester United is a great case in point for what we're about to look at. So, first of all, we got to understand the basics of the basics. Let me just download this presentation that I just made for y'all real quick. And in fact, because this is a bad boy episode, I'm going to give away this presentation. Just because I like it. Now, the way that you're going to get this presentation, if you want it, after I've finished this presentation, is by tagging, liking, subscribing, commenting on the YouTube, and then yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna ask people to do. I think that'll be enough. So right, let me show you what we're working with here.
Like,
Okay.
comment, subscribe, and send a screenshot, and then send it to me or Mr. Harding, and we'll give it to you.
Yeah. Cool. So let's just go over what we're even talking about. What even is Goodwill? Because you're probably like, as far as I know, Goodwill Hunting was a movie. Well, you're right, because what we're about to get into is a movie. So let's get into it. You know when you can see my screen? You see my screen? Yeah?
Yeah,
I can see it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So when we're looking at a company, let's say, for example, we go to Yahoo Finance, yeah? This is the easiest beginner's place for anyone to look at a company. The basics that we teach at Blockchain Sensei is assets minus liabilities. Because if a company has more liabilities than it does have assets, that means it's got more debts than it's got assets, because the assets include the cash that it's got. So it's very unlikely that the company is going to do well, or that big people are going to invest in it. If a company's got more liabilities than it does assets and it's going up, that means it's basically a pump and dump, and there's some insider information going on that people don't realize, because it's not actually a good business. Think of it this way. Let's break it down. Let's say your next door neighbor, Adam, says to you, look, yeah, I've just started a clothing brand. And he's like, oh, yeah, can you invest? And you're like, oh, are you making any money? And he goes, nah. You're gonna be like, okay, well, are you gonna make any money? And he goes, yeah, I bought the printing machine, I've bought the fabrics, and I've taken out a loan for 10K. You're like, okay, but have you made any sales? And he goes, no. Would you invest?
I would invest a prayer.
You wouldn't invest unless he had goodwill. Now, what is the goodwill? The goodwill is all this stuff, because these are intangible assets that actually on accounting balance sheets can actually sometimes appear on a balance sheet as actual numbers, even though they're not real, some of them, like your trademark. So sometimes you can monetize your trademark. So let's say, for example, your mate Adam was actually a footballer and he trademarked his name and put that on the clothing. Would that change the value of the company? Probably. Now, let's say, for example, his name is Adam and he's got a big TikTok following and he's got a bit of a brand growing. Would that change the value of the company? Yeah. What if he still sold no t-shirts, but he'd actually got a contract with a TV show that meant that he was going to be on a TV show doing football skills and he could wear whatever clothes he wanted? That would be future cash flows to his business. Would that change the value of his company? Would that make it more investable? Probably, yeah. What if Adam was known in his local community as a guy that went around and helped people and did football training with the youth when they went, and that maybe there was a potential that he was going to get some government grants for helping these kids out? That's his reputation. Would that potentially help him? Yeah. What if Adam had just done an advert with JD Sports and had good friends with JD, so he had good supplier relationships, so that if he did launch a clothing brand, even though he's not printed one single t-shirt, he's not made one single sale, can you see how all this goodwill is adding up and is making it a potential better investment? Now, what if, to go the extra mile, what if Adam had actually got a patent on his logo and his unique way of printing his logo onto his t-shirt?
that meant that it was faster, quicker, and better for the environment than anyone else had ever done. But yet, he hasn't printed one t-shirt and hasn't made one sale. But he's got that patent. Does that increase the value of his company? And does that make him more investable? Yes. Now, what if he had already, without even doing anything, got 50 interns from the local football club? All the youth players had said that they wanted to work for his brand. So all these up-and-coming youth players wanted to work for his brand. And they've all got massive followings of 100K. Would that change his valuation? Yes. And now training systems. We'll get onto training systems later. But hopefully that's making sense of Goodwill. Does that make sense of Goodwill to everybody? Does that make sense of what it is? Type in chat if that makes sense. Just put game if it makes sense. What Goodwill is on a company. Now you're probably understanding, oh, okay. Every single one of those things that I just mentioned can create revenue. And every single one of those things that can create revenue can create what? Profit. So sometimes there's companies out there that can make money without even selling the actual product. Case in point, Tesla. Tesla can make money from selling t-shirts as much as it could from selling cars because it's got raging fans that will buy the t-shirts. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this is the secret sauce of looking into a company, is looking into the goodwill. Now that's the good side of it. The bad side of it is sometimes companies have put goodwill on their balance sheet, but they ain't really that. They're really doing it like that. So let's go and have a look at Manchester United, whose goodwill right now is probably extremely overinflated. So I tried to find it on here. Let me close this. Let's just go to the actual investors relations. Investor relations, Manchester United. Yo, I know some people that are Man United fans that have actually invested in Man United. And whilst this whole Qatari thing's been going on, they've been making racks. It's a shame that a lot of Man United fans just don't even realize.
They can actually invest in Manchester
You can
United.
actually own the club and that way get the Glazers out, but you know.
Listen, bro, none of them think like that, man. You know, they want to own a pint. That's what they want.
I know, it's a shame.
It's a shame.
Okay, so that's last year's. Yeah, we'll go for last year's one. Let me just pull it up. So last year's financial report on Manchester United. As you can see, designed to look very boring. But what we're going to do is we're just going to scroll down. Look at that. Or scroll down. Let's get to the numbers. Here we go. Here's some of the numbers. You see the numbers of how much they're making in revenue, commercial revenue, broadcasting revenue, match day revenue, employee benefits, depreciation and impairment, amortization, and then goodwill should be here. Aha, okay. Profit on disposal of intangible assets. Can we see it here? Yeah?
Yeah.
So these are and all of this is in millions, by the way. So Manchester United is making 21 million a year from intangible assets. So deep that. So from something that doesn't exist, that could be a patent, that could be their logo, that could be also licensing out the logo for football, for computer games. They're making 25 million from it. So that's where their intangible assets would be. It could be that, it could be other things. In the report, it might say what it is. This last year's report was just going into bare things on COVID. We just want the report. We just want the numbers. Show me the numbers, fam. Okay, here we go. So assets and liabilities. So total assets, total equity and liabilities. So let's just do the maths. Total assets for Manchester United as of 2022 was 320 million, right? Total liabilities, 320 million. Now, straight away, for me, that's not a good investment, because I would prefer that a company has more assets than they have liabilities. I'm not trying to have them neck and neck like that. Does that make sense? And also, that seems like a bit of cooking the books. If your assets is equaling exactly what your equity and liabilities are, it's a bit okay. All right then.
It sounds like they got more liabilities than they made up some assets.
It sounds like that.
That's what it sounds like to me. But what would we know? But that's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like it. Now, the most important thing we want to be looking at when it comes to a business is how much cash are they sitting on? And at the moment, we can see Manchester United is only sitting on apparently £131,000 of cash.
I think they're lying.
No, listen, bro. They are paying it out into something so that they ain't got no damn tax, bro. What do you mean?
So again, just looking at a couple of these things, it just doesn't, And then look at all these subsidiaries of Manchester United. All of this would fall under Goodwill. Man U TV Limited, Man U Commercial Holdings Junior Limited, Man U Commercial Holdings Limited, Man U 099 Limited, Manchester United Interactive Limited, Manchester United Women's Football Club Limited, Manchester United Football Club Limited, Aldley Urban Investments Limited, Manchester United Limited, Red Football Junior Limited, Red Football Limited, Red Football Joint Venture Limited. Interesting, right? So let's go to let's see if they've got it here on the assets, contingent liabilities, financial risk, capital risk management, financial risk management. Nah, I don't think they're going to put it in here. USD borrowing 650 mil. Mad. These guys are mad. Lease liabilities. But yeah, that was the Man United example. I hope that makes a little bit of sense in terms of things aren't always quite what they seem. We might be able to find another little gem in here on Manchester United. Nah, they're not. This report's been chefed up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Manchester United doing a little few things that don't really be making sense. I mean, but okay.
No, they're definitely out here doing a little thing with this one here, bro.
Yeah. And it's a case of how many people are looking at this shit?
It's looking very, very fabricated at this present moment in time from what I've been seeing. Their books are clean.
I'm gonna guess less than 1 in 10,000 Manchester United fans have ever clicked on this document.
Oh yeah, of course. So here we can
nowhere near
see
1%.
Their property is valued at
3.6 million.
So you're trying to tell me Man United's got a lease for 3.6 million for property and plant and machinery lease for 417 grand?
Yeah, the individual footballers have more than that.
You see, when you look through a company like this, you just, even if you're not a genius, you can just skim through and you just start seeing things that'll just be like, but yeah, I'm trying to get to see if we can find. Oh, here we go. Revenue from contracts, commercial, revenue from contracts with customers, loss allowance, customer A, money that they make from sponsorship. I wonder if there's a Well, anyway, I'm gonna go to the next bit. So let's just show you. Oh, that's not even what I was gonna do. Okay, so let's get back into what I was saying. Now let's go and compare what we just saw there with Manchester United's assets and liabilities with a great company, probably the best. This is the benchmark of what we're looking for in terms of assets versus liabilities. Go financials. So come here. Come on. Click. Click. Okay, cool.
No, I swear
Okay.
Apple has cash for days, man.
Oh yeah, different levels of cash.
Yeah.
So
cash for days.
click on balance sheet. You just do the basic maths. Yeah. Basic maths. So we shrink this down. Total assets, 352 million. So, because remember, you got to put an extra 3 zeros on the end of this. So 352 billion in assets. How much? And then, oh, hang on a minute. We're doing it wrong. I think I've worked it out wrong. My bad, guys. With the Man United one, I think I might have worked it out wrong. All right, cool. So assets, current assets. This is what they're sitting on currently. So 135 billion of assets. Total current liabilities. Oh, interesting. 153 billion Apple's got. But then when we look at their cash, have they got enough cash to cover their liabilities? Total cash, 48 billion. And then current debt, 21 billion. Okay, maybe Apple wasn't a good example either. Apple's moving a bit mad. Okay, this is not gone the way that I thought it was going to go. So what I'll do instead is I'll show you where you can find the Goodwill. So you go on to a little old website that we've shown before called Quiver Quantitative. You type in the name of the company, and then if you scroll down, you can find the US patents that they've filed. So here you can see some of the things that they've got, like multiple device content management, training neural network accelerators using mixed precision data formats, smart attachment of cloud-based files to communications. So these are the kind of things you're looking for. These are Goodwill that might actually help. And then you might even want to look on the side what kind of corporate lobbying they're doing. So Microsoft put 2.3 million into transport and defense labor issues, 2.4 billion into transportation and defense labor issues the next month. So we can see there's a steady, the US government's making a steady 2.5 million check every month from Microsoft on lobbying alone. And then in return, what do they get back? Some government contracts. See what I mean? See what I mean? This would count as Goodwill. Okay, I hope that's making a bit of sense. And then let me go on to the main bit that I was trying to get to with this assets and liabilities thing. I might have just confused myself whilst I was teaching it there. My bad. Give me a second. Main bit that I'm trying to teach y'all about is this. Right, there we go. We got it. Okay. And then I'm gonna wrap up with this. So on a balance sheet, what you're looking for, and this, you don't even have to do the maths. There's websites that'll do all this work for you. So what you're looking for is goodwill on the balance sheet. But the most important thing we're looking for is the book value. So what is book value? This is something that Warren Buffett lives by. It's simply the amount of assets that a shareholder would get if a company was liquidated. So let's say, for example, the company went bankrupt and you was an investor, the book value is what you'd actually get. So it's the true value of a company is the book value. Does that make sense? So let's say, for example, Adam got liquidated, he went bankrupt. You would get his machinery because that's an asset. You would get his office because that's an asset if he bought it. But the IP and the patents and all of that stuff, that doesn't count. Does that make sense? Because the value now, you've got to now go and prove that value because his company's gone bankrupt. So all that value's just disappeared. So the way that you calculate book value is by subtracting total liabilities from the total assets. And then it gives you a number. So it's very, very easy to, and again, anyone that wants this, you can have it. Just comment on the chat. There's a whole little guide for you here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and look at some companies and go and look at their book value. So let's go and look at Coinbase, as we've got it here. So Coinbase's current price versus their book value price. That's what we want. So their book value per share. Oh, the book value price is.
What on PDF?
You're not on the same screen.
Yeah, we're not on the same screen. Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Let me go here, and then we can go to macro trends. Free website, easy to use. Cool. So we go to Coinbase, total assets. It shows us here, as you can see. So total assets for Coinbase, 139 billion, which is a 566% increase. Just going to let you guys do the maths, what I'm hinting at here. Once again, I'm going to repeat that sentence. Coinbase total assets are up 566%. Look at their liabilities. Now, their liabilities have also increased, as we can see. It's not the greatest, up to 133. However, their long-term debt, can their assets cover their long-term debt? Let's see. Let's just do that math. 139 billion versus 3.3 billion. I think they're good. Cash on hand. 5.3 billion cash versus their long-term debt. 3.3 billion cash. 3.3 billion. So can they cover their debt with their cash? Yes. Can they cover their debt with their assets? Hell yes. So this is the first thing we're looking at. Now, in terms of the book value per share, let's pull this up now. It should be here now. Current ratio, quick ratio, debt equity ratio. Why is this not bringing it up? Okay, here we go. Basic EPS. Wow, the EPS is backwards. Raw. Okay, that's mad. Why is it not bringing up the basic book value? Okay, here we go. Goodwill and intangible assets for Coinbase. Look at this jump. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing here. From 802, look at this jump. from 138
yeah.
to
So
802 to 1.2 billion.
that's a big jump.
Yeah. So what patents, IP, trademarks have they got? They've got something.
You know what I want to know? Is there a formal way of measuring intangible assets? Because that seems like quite a subjective and non-mathematical evaluation.
And this is exactly what the point of this whole episode is. For a lot of companies out there, a lot of their value comes from things that are intangible assets.
So that basically means they just mark and say what it's worth, right?
Yep.
Wow. There you go, guys. Boom.
There's companies out here just cash making up what they're worth. Does that make sense, people? And Coinbase is one of them. Even though I love them, they're kind of waffling a little. That makes sense. Here's the book value per share. The book value per share, the actual value of Coinbase, if the entire thing got liquidated, the actual true value of what Coinbase is worth is currently $23.
What?
That's the bottom line value price of Coinbase.
Wait. What's the price of one
$23
Coinbase
per
share
share.
right now?
$23 per share, not $23. $23.
Yeah. Find the price of Coinbase share right now. It's on TradingView or whatever. Fuck, I forgot the price.
$55.
So would that technically make it an overvalued stock?
Yep. Now, on top of that, what did we just talk about that Coinbase has got too much of? Intangible assets.
Bro, the way my brain's thinking now about evaluating stocks.
I hope this is all come together in a big piece. Now that we're on macro trends, I might be able to get Manchester United on here. Yeah, here we go. First of all, we look at the assets and the liabilities. For some unknown reason, doesn't want to load for Manchester United. Come on. Wow.
Yeah, this is another mad episode of the game because I got a little something to say as well.
Yeah, it's not really trying to load it for Manchester United like that. Wait. Hold on a second, guys. Raw. Yeah, the Man United one's not really trying to load like that. Okay. Let's go Tesla book value. Oh, Matrix is not trying to. Ah, there we go. So we've got the price to book ratio, and then that should give us the. Yeah, my laptop is just not having it. Ugh.
It's not having it. It's too much game.
Right. Well, anyway, go and click around and do your own research. That's what the whole point of this episode was anyway. So I hope you got the picture of what I'm trying to say. What you want to go and look for is the price to book ratio of some stocks. That's what it is. Let me just see if just a quick Google search of it will come up. Price to book ratio value. Oh no, book value of Tesla. Raw. That's a bit mad. The price to book value of Tesla is $17.18.
Oh my god.
Raw. And Tesla stock right now is at what? 260.
Boy.
Mad.
Yeah. All right. Now, just to add to that, it's gonna be very devastating what I'm about to say. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, I've had a few internal conversations, you know, with some people that I work with and whatnot, and from these internal conversations, I've gained the understanding that the world is absolutely fucked. And you know, Mike, I saw you mention Warren Buffett over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've actually expressed this on the game, but you know, all I've gone and done is just, you know, type Warren Buffett pulls out money, right? Yeah, on Google. And if you ever look over there,
Oh, he pulled out a TSM.
oh, look at that. Yeah, boom, right there. And then look at that, Berkshire Hathaway, boom, right there. Just to let you guys know, Warren Buffett has taken out his money out of a lot of major banks, if not all of them. And my brother who's drinking that Coca-Cola has got some plans. All I'm saying is that it's the first time in history where this brother has pulled out his bread in such a fast instance, as you can see, for many different plays. And I think that yeah, I thought it would be worth mentioning that this is one of the probably the biggest things happening in financial history, but it's not. It's being documented, but it's not really being spread around, shouted about. So
the big wealth transfer is happening at the same time.
Exactly that. So
Queen died. The richest person in England's died. Silvio Berlusconi, one of the richest people in Italy, died.
Yeah.
The money is being handed over. It's switching hands.
Yeah.
And it's all going into trusts. It's not going to their kids straight away.
Exactly that. But yeah, just to let you know that there's a lot of I don't know about this FUD, but there's basically a lot of stuff happening in the space right now. And one of them is Warren Buffett pulling out his funds out of the largest banks in the world. So yeah. Thought I'd mention that since you mentioned Warren Buffett, and I just thought, wait, we haven't even covered this on the game. But just a little bomb drop before the end of the game, just to show you guys really what's going on in the world and what a time that we are in. There is literally a wealth transfer happening, and there is huge moves happening without a little peep, you know. So yeah.
Maza. Yeah, just in case you thought Tesla might not be a good investment, just so you know, out of their entire market cap, out of all their assets, their intangible assets is only 0.399, and it's declining. Their goodwill is quite low in comparison to what we've just seen on Coinbase. So for them to be that high up against their book value means that there's assets in there that people aren't understanding. What are those assets that people aren't understanding? Well, I would kind of count the electric charging stations that we've been banging on about for 4 whole goddamn years being an asset that nobody realizes is a major asset that's going to make them revenue as a big asset. Oh, yeah. And now all of a sudden, Ford is using them, all of a sudden the world has just gone, oh, hang on a minute. You know how Tesla, year on year, every single time that my guys were doing the game was showing that they were opening up more charging stations all around the world, and it was increasing every single quarter by about 150 to 200%. Oh yeah, that's actually a crazy asset when I come to think about it. Because if you go outside, where else do you see mass electric car charging stations apart from the Tesla ones? You don't. When you go to a service station, what do you see? Tesla service stations. It's a pretty big asset, but it's an asset that for them wasn't classed as an intangible asset. It was classed as a true asset. So yeah, just thought I'd drop that bomb there.
Fire.
Hopefully,
Well,
all wrapped up and made sense.
There you go, guys. It's been another episode of the game.
So let's take some questions. Let's go. Spice King, I think, is new. Let's go.
Hello.
No, nothing from Spice King. Next, let's go. Muddy Toes.
Yes.
What are you saying, broski? Long time.
Hey, peace. Yes, been a long time. I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Was good. Catching up on the show today.
Good. You been enjoying the weather?
Oh, have I? I'm still my bare toes are still out here, brother. Soaking up sunshine, you know.
Get that prana, bro. Get that prana.
Oh man, exactly.
Love that.
Yeah, man.
You've always got something that you're looking at or something you're researching. What are you looking at these days?
Probably a whole bunch of things, you know, at the same time, to be honest with you. The last 6 months have been a bit mad for me. But I've been keeping my eye on a bunch of things, man. From like I did mention the lithium refinery, alchemy. Yeah. I'm heavily invested in, and I'm waiting for them to release some news. They're due to receive some funding, but there seems to be some politics going on with it. So I'm kind of just waiting on that. And then crypto, I've been eyeing up everything, man. Everything. I got like 110 coins on my watch list, and I've just been trying to
make sure you do what Ninjas just did in today's episode, where you go and check the circulating supply and the market cap on them.
Yeah, like, you know what? I've literally the last year I've been doing that. When I find something that I like, I'll try and dig as deep as I can. But it is good to learn new ways to actually dig deep, you know what I mean?
You know what it is? You know what it is? Checking the market cap isn't even digging that deep.
No, of course not. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man.
The problem that I made with Gala was that I was doing all the TA, doing all the percentage gains and stuff, right? That's like the TA that I did is way harder than the market cap that I showed. The fundamental research that I did is way harder than checking the market cap to circulate supply. The thing that I proved to you guys, and not proved, but wanted to iterate to you guys is, again, as a practitioner of the markets of 8 years, I forgot the basic fundamental. Like, difficulty of what I showed, if you really deep it, is 3 out of 10. The TA, 6, 7 out of 10. The fundamentals, 8, 9 out of 10 difficulty. I made a wrong trade. Fortunately, I didn't lose any money because I just broke even. But if I left that and then Gala printed another billions of coins, I would have been a loss.
Yes, definitely. I think that's what happens sometimes when I'm looking at something. I will see one or two or three things that add up that give me a feeling of like, oh yeah, this is a good investment. But then sometimes if you just jump in then without checking other things, like you're saying, tokenomics, this is crypto. This is cryptocurrency. So if we don't understand tokenomics, we're in trouble.
Yep, you're gonna get eaten.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're buying a token that looks great, TA looks great, but you didn't know that there's an unlock next week.
Yep, and they're gonna dump
Yeah, they're unlocking 35% of the supply. You know what I mean? And you didn't know that. So yeah.
Yep, people getting left holding the bag. So yeah, I would go and look into the top 10 tokens and see if they've got any tokens to be dropped, like
We've got
XRP, like
Spice King in the
Litecoin,
chat.
like Cardano. I'll just go and do your own research and see which ones have got tokens to be.
I
released.
remember there being a website that that gives you this information that will tell you when unlocks are due and stuff. May have been.
Yeah. There was an unlock website, but I can't remember what that was called.
I need to find out. I'm gonna check. And find out.
You can check it on DeFi Llama.
Yeah, you can find it on DeFi Llama. It's on CoinMarketCap, but you got to do a little bit more work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next, thank you, by the way, broski. Hope you blessed.
bless.
We've got Spice King in the chat. He said he's not much of a talker, so he's put something in the chat for us.
All right, cool. What do I think of XRP? I think XRP, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. It's going to do well, but XRP is the experiment. XRP isn't the actual real play. The real play is Ripple stock. That's the real play.
Mm-hmm.
And that is being sold to people left, right, and center. XRP was just to prove that the system worked. XRP, as much as people are shouting about decentralization, all it does is prove centralization because it's only designed. Ripple is designed for centralization. It's designed for big bang. So this is my big problem with it. Everyone in XRP is like, yeah, decentralization, yeah, XRP army, let's take down the banks by investing into something that is designed to make the banks have more control and transparency and see everything that I'm doing. So it doesn't really make any sense.
I mean, I agree with you completely, but I don't think you're the voice of the XRP army.
I'm not the voice of the XRP army. The voice of the XRP army that's been portrayed on social media, that is what is being put out there. It's one of them paradoxes, isn't it? Like, you can't be have a crypto startup and say you're all about decentralization and then take investments from VCs and from it's the same thing with XRP. You can't be all about decentralization and privacy and then be getting it and then be wanting XRP to get to, because if XRP gets to the prices that people want it to, like this 10 grand price, that's a crazy market cap, and that's a lot of institutional money that's gone into it.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword with that one. But overall, I think it can do a 10x, probably even a 20x. But
hey guys, have you heard of a guy called Crypto Hulk?
Nope.
Random YouTuber that I came across like 2 weeks ago, but he's busting some serious information on XRP, XDC, and XLM, and Ripple on a whole, like how they was already operating in 2004 in Singapore. Yeah. Before Bitcoin even came out and stuff. There's some great information on there. It's only very short things. It was Crypto Hope, I believe.
Please put that information in the community group chat so you can all get the value.
Say no more. Like right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the plug.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Mike. Yeah, nothing much to add really.
How do you get into Ripple stock is the question. You have to be an accredited investor, and you can do it through a company called Link2. So for our high net worth players, you can do that. And again, just shows the world that we live in. To be able to do it, you have to have 100 grand worth of investments to be able to even get into it. So yeah, if you're interested in that and you've got over 100 grand, let us know and we'll be able to help you out. Next question, we'll go to who haven't heard? Micah.
Yes, big up for today. Again, my thing will be going back to the first bit on the Gala. Obviously the whole market trap and all that. You're saying that's why you would avoid it now. Obviously, my understanding of Gala is that they've done a massive burn as well in it because they had a lot of tokens. I know like the community was complaining that they owned too much of the token, that was going to get vested and dumped on the market. And so they released a lot of those and burned loads of those, about 24 million or something, or 14 million maybe it might have been. Would that impact how you view it, or would that not change anything? Because I know you were saying previously, you're saying you don't want them to dump on you, but if most of those other coins which are not currently available aren't available because they've been burned, does that change anything?
It would, but you'd have to do the maths and figure out, okay, if they're burnt, let's say, for example, they've burnt 1.4 million tokens, or they burnt 10 million tokens, let's say, but they've got 100 million tokens left to come out on the market. What's the 10 million? You know what I mean? Like, you've got to do the maths and figure out, okay, are they burning more than what is left to be released? That's the key.
They said ultimately they've kept 2 billion for reserves and community stuff, and they've burned everything else, and their income now is just on the nodes apart from that.
All right, cool. Let me just do the work on this right now for you. Because that is what we are here for. So coin market cap. Let's have a look at Gala. What's the total supply? Gala. And I love Gala. I think it's a great project.
Yeah, I was thinking about obviously potentially getting onto the next music node, but if it's not if it's not a one, then it's not the one.
Okay, so their max supply is 50 billion. Just make sure that's 50 billion. Yeah, so yeah, it kind of defeats the object. Like, if their max supply is 50 billion, right? They've got over 25 billion tokens left, but they've burnt a few million.
So would the burnt tokens be part of the available tokens?
Yeah, for it to make sense, they need to be burning at least 1 billion tokens, because there's a big difference between 1 million and 1 billion. That's an extra 3 zeros. There's 1,000 million in 1 billion. So someone saying to you, yeah, I like explaining things.
My bad. I give the wrong figures. 15 billion to burn in total. 15 billion.
Oh, they're gonna burn 15 billion.
So yeah. In total, it said 15 billion.
That's a total different ball game then. Yeah, that would be more interesting if they're gonna do that. But
okay,
it's one of them. I gotta see if are they gonna burn them all at one time? Are they gonna burn them in tranches? Like, but yeah, if they burn all 15 billion, yo, that's crazy. It's hella crazy.
Okay. One more question then. Obviously, you mentioned a bit about the energy charging stations for Tesla and like getting into those. Is that something new? I know you obviously spoke about it previously, but is that something you have a way to get into? Is there a way people can get into that kind of, or is it just through the Tesla itself?
Tesla itself, like you could try and you could. Do you mean as in like getting into the business of owning electric car charging stations?
Yeah, like stocks or shares and that kind of thing.
So I will go with the number one rule that I always say: I never invest in number two. I only invest in number one. So the reason I'm a fan of Coinbase is because they're positioning themselves to be the only crypto exchange in America. Tesla, because they are the number one electric car manufacturer and AI company in America. Apple, because they're the number one company in the world. Nvidia, because they're the number one chip maker in the world. So if you invest in number one, it's very hard to flop. Whereas if you try and look for the next Tesla, you increase your chances of taking an L. Does that make sense?
I get that. But can there be multiple number ones, like number one in China?
Nope. That'd be like having multiple Haalands in the same league. There's only ever one.
Ian, don't upset.
Fairs.
Only need to diversify if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, diversification. They teach diversification, but it's only for people that don't know what they're doing and don't believe in what you're doing. And you got to think, right? If you're taking your investing seriously, that means you're reading the earnings reports every quarter. It means that you're tuning into and researching that company at least once a week, because you've got your money in there, you got your retirement money in there, so you want to know Wagwan. Whereas doing that with multiple companies, very difficult. Does that make sense? So it's about
definitely
being efficient with your workload and getting your money to do the most for you. Why take a risk on the number 2 when you've got a number 1? That'd be like Man City going, you know what? Martial's got a lot of potential. Let's buy Martial. Why are they going to buy Martial when they got Haaland?
I hear that. But was Apple the number 1 to Microsoft at one point? Number 2 to Microsoft at one point?
Not really. They're in 2 different spaces, because Apple was more in hardware, Microsoft was more in software.
Fairs.
So that's and Apple as a software company, what you got to really understand is Apple is basically an ETF. Apple is basically the S&P 500, because they get an income. They get 30% of the revenue made on every app on that damn app store. So they get 30% of the revenue from Facebook, 30% of the revenue from Netflix. Like, when you actually deep what they're doing, it's the biggest gangster on the planet.
No, definitely.
So does that make sense?
Guy.
Once you start really understanding the number 1, you start realizing, nah, this number 1 ain't really got no competitors.
Guys, I wanna basically end this webinar quite promptly, because me and Mr. Harding have an emergency thing we want to attend, and I'm going to tell you the emergency thing we're going to attend, and hopefully this can inspire everyone. So yesterday, so some of you guys may know that that Blockchain Sensei has a subsidiary. Well, we've got multiple subsidiary companies, but one of our subsidiaries, which I run up, is Shuriken Sounds, which focuses on position artists in Web3. Co-founders included Kate G, Carmen, Cairo, Sean, our creative director. We attended a trading event yesterday, and I'm happy to publicly say this because it's going to be public anyway, right? For media and press. But we've won $100,000 of trading liquidity. Imagine attending an event and leaving with $100,000 trading account. Now, it's not cash. It's not money that we can't just withdraw this money. We need to trade this money to maintain it. So we're gonna now jump in the meeting with Cairo, and we're gonna set it all up. That's what we need to go and do. So that is a lesson for everyone in terms of, well, hopefully you can just take away from, it is very, very sick. It is very, very sick.
It's that thing, in it. People say that you got lucky, but it's not. It's preparation and being in the right place at the right time.
No, we 100% deserve this. 2 out of 3 of the founders of this trading event that we went to, I actually put the personal connection together. They don't know each other, because if it wasn't for me putting them together, this is public knowledge, right? We was originally going to collaborate an event with them. I'm glad we didn't, and because at Blockchain Sensei, like, we trade, but we've never put ourselves out as traders. This is a fully traders event. There was hedge fund managers there. As soon as I found out there was only 10 tickets left, I called everybody on the team, including you, Carol, Carmen, said we need to buy tickets straight away.
Yep.
And I even posted the event on social media, so everyone had the opportunity to come. It's just that few people decided, and now we've got $100,000 liquidity. And I've waited years of my life for this kind of opportunity, so we 100% deserve it. It's absolutely insane. And hopefully that instills something in people's minds to take action, because turning up is often the most difficult part. How many times have people said they're going to do something and they didn't attend? That's why at the start of this webinar, I applauded Mika D, because I saw him 2 weeks ago and he said he's going to start attending the webinars, and he's attended every single one. Attendance is everything. So we attended. Now we've got this account. We've got to maintain it, and that's why we've got to go, guys. So, Mr. Harding, my Zoom room, and let's get it going.